All right, welcome to Timeout with Kevin. We're on season 3 now. Cannot believe it. I got a very, very special guest today. My teammate, my friend. He's a 3-time All-American. Guarded him a lot in practice. His name is Terrance Jones. So, Terrance, how are you doing today, man?
Thank you for having me, Kev. Thank you, my brother. I'm doing fine today, man. How about you?
Good, man. I'm doing all right, man. Cedar Hill High School in Dallas. Had a good career there. Went JUCO, then obviously went to Mid America. Tell me a little bit about like your upbringing and how basketball started for you.
Well, honestly, true fact, I was a football fan, man. I thought I was gonna go to the NFL. Like I thought, I honestly thought I was gonna go to the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy how I got into basketball. I remember watching Derrick Rose.
Mm,
Derrick Rose, that's a lot of people don't know that about me. I remember watching Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is why I started playing basketball. And ever since then, I just fell in love with basketball and I kind of, it became my main hobby. So
mm,
it kind of replaced football for me. And that's kind of how I got into the gist of playing basketball. And then I just wanted to be like Derrick Rose, basically.
Man, that's great. I never knew that. That's crazy. So, what made you go to the JUCO route? And like, how was the coming from Dallas to like Connors, Oklahoma? Like, how was like that transition?
Oh, the
How
trend,
was all of that going?
man. So what made me go JUCO? Honestly, see, come actually growing up out in Dallas, right? It's a rod market, bro. It's a lot of different talent, great talent, very big though, very big. So it's kind of you can be overseen a lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. And I would kind of consider myself as a late bloomer as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah.
I would say I haven't reached those skills until a later stage in my career, basically. So now let's take it back. If I did have where I eventually got to, I believe I could have done way more, a little bit more. But I
Mm,
would say what made me go JUCO is that I was in a big market, huge market, a lot of talent. I wasn't getting quite the looks I wanted, and definitely me being a late bloomer, kind of. I was just on that bubble of being a late bloomer. I would say I was kind of not in my position where I should have really been playing. Like, come on, man, I was 6'2" playing the four.
yeah.
Like, so everybody dreams is to go D1, go SEC, go big time or something. And I wasn't getting the looks I wanted, but that was due to me being a late bloomer, 6'2", 4. I'm not going D1 playing 6'2" at the four
Mm,
spot. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna grind it out and take this JUCO route. And I kind of actually was coming out. I didn't want to take the JUCO route, but what's crazy, I'm so glad I did. And actually coming out, I only had one offer, and it was from SAGU. I won't ever forget that. I only had
yeah.
one offer from SAGU, and I remember turning it down and taking the JUCO route. And yeah, the JUCO route actually formed me, man. You build a lot of character there. I built a lot of character, a lot of grit. Actually, it show you, do you really love basketball? First off, let me start
Mm,
there. It actually shows you if you really look, because you get to some very hard times, and as you know, it gets to powerless nights, cold showers. It's crazy, man. And yeah, with the transition, as you asked, you said about the transition from Dallas to Connor State. Let me be quite honest here. It was how can I say this? It was different.
yeah.
Very different. It was very unique experience for me.
Mm,
It was I'm coming from a city and then I'm waking up to roosters.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's unique, man. It was very unique. So I would say that was a unique experience for me.
yeah.
But I built some great connections there, man. Love every like my teammates, been on some great teams there. Great lifelong and brother lasting brotherhood stuff there. So I would say I'm glad I went that route. But it definitely was a unique experience.
Right, I feel you. So, who is the hardest player you've ever played against?
Hardest player I ever played
Mm,
against. Okay, let's see. Me personally, I would have to say Jalen Harris.
mm,
Yeah, I would have to say Jalen. Like he's the only person I know uh game that's complete from
mm,
all three levels of scoring the basketball.
mm,
Like big guard too. Man, he shoots a three post game. He's athletic, explosive, getting to the rim. I've never seen a player as complete as him. As
mm.
I should say, I didn't play some really good player. I didn't play some good. He's by far the most complete player I would have to say that I ever guarded was Jalen Harris.
I feel you. I feel you. So, man, 30-2 team at Mac, COVID kind of shut all that down.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that season and just everything just around, like, and how did like COVID, the other part, how did like COVID affect you, like outside of that, just basketball?
Let's see. 30-2 season, right? That was one of my funnest seasons by far.
Mm,
I would have to say that. It was love all through the air. That was by far one of the funnest seasons. But I'm going to speak quite honestly here. So 30-2, right? We're getting to the end of that year. We're at the end, 30-2. And I won't forget this. I remember it's back in my head. I remember it was coming up and COVID was just now hitting.
mm.
We start going into panic mode and whatnot. And you know how it was. Some of we didn't even believe it. We didn't know it was real or not. And
Yeah, 'cause I was in Kansas at that time. I didn't think it would be
yeah, like
big deal.
I
Yeah,
think it crashed down how it crashed. But
yeah.
so COVID hits and whatnot. I will not forget this. I remember my body was so beat up by the end of the year. Like I haven't told nobody. See, this is true stat, true fact. My body was so beat up by the end of the year. I'm like, I don't know about the tournament. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I had the mileage to
Mm,
how we were performing. I don't know if we had the mileage collectively as like the battles we went through. We went through so much that season. I could mentally, I don't think no one wanted to say it in the air, but me
mm.
personally, I spiritually could feel it. The draining, the drainage, we needed a break. And I was thinking that's what COVID was gonna probably be, a
Like a
little break
2 week
off.
deal,
Yeah,
yeah.
2 week here. And I was like, that's perfect for us. Like that'd be perfect. We're gonna get in, we're gonna win this ship. But man, COVID messed it. You kind of messed up a perfect season. Like, and,
Mm,
true fact about that 30-2 season, we wasn't even supposed to be 30-2. We really were supposed to be 32-0. Uh, I don't want to get into the gist of what happened while we actually lost that game,
yeah,
but because I would say us as players, we kind of got out of our element, so we wasn't doing what we were supposed to. You know how it gets you.
yeah.
But we were what 22-0, I believe, at the time, or something like that, and we got out of our element and no, we wasn't doing what was asked of us at the time because we are kind of getting big headed, winning
Mm.
all these games, but I remember we got that practice canceled for us getting big headed and stuff. That's the best thing that happened for us for that season. That's how we actually lost that game though, because we was not prepared.
Who is it against?
John Brown.
Lamar. Gotcha.
That's how we lost our first game. We was really supposed to be undefeated, but due to us not handling business off the court, that's why we really lost that game. Like
Man, that
nobody knew that either.
I mean, but like that's a testament to Coach G. You know what I mean? Not a lot of coaches would do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Yeah,
of coaches value winning over like everything.
yeah,
You
that put
know?
winning over it. Like very man, he's a very stand up guy. Man
Yeah,
on Moore's
yeah,
principles, love him. Like
yeah,
big, very great guy. Like
yeah.
I feel that's why I believe we bonded so well because we kind of stand on the same things, principles and morals, man.
Yeah, I feel you. So let's get into post basketball just a little bit. So, you're in the software. I remember
Yeah.
like last year, you would talk to me a lot about like programming and little stuff. You were just trying to like navigate your way through it. Now you're like making YouTube videos, like doing everything now. So like how did like software come about in college and how has it been like now for you?
So honestly, see, I'm coming from my background, I'm coming from a family of software engineers. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so it's kind of you knew I was going to somewhere down the line I was going to eventually be a software engineer. If you
Yeah.
get where I'm going.
Yeah.
So now I actually started learning about software back in 2018, man. But I was in a tough time transitioning out of JUCO, looking for a place, a home to be at. I was at one of my lowest points. So that's why I didn't go through with it. Now I'm starting to look back at it. I wish I went through. No, I don't. I don't wish I went through with it because I love how everything played out for me, honestly. So I'm really grateful for how everything went. But I actually started back in 2018 is when I first got introduced to it. And I kind of ignored it because I was going through so much and I had my heart so keyed in on basketball. I didn't know,
Yeah.
I was kind of like single-minded. I didn't know it was more to just, the game of ball because, that's how we was kind of brought up.
Yeah.
So I got introduced 2018 and stopped and I went to MacU, found myself again, found that space. And now another fun fact, I'm about to tell you the true miss. I'm going to get into that, how it transitioned through my season. Like it is a reason, I would say software engineering was a reason I put the ball down quicker than what I was supposed to.
Mm, that's big. Yeah.
One had to sacrifice. Like
Yeah.
one, it had to be this or that.
Mm,
That's the true meaning behind it. That's why I didn't go so deep into why I kind of stepped down.
Yeah.
Why that's why I didn't get deep into it, because I knew in the back of my mind I'm a software engineer. Like I can't do both. Like it's really hard. You can do both, but it's really hard. So it's
Yeah.
really hard of doing both. And I just went with software engineering, and I'm kind of glad I did. But yeah, I definitely got into it because it was time for that life change, man. It was coming up. My body was wearing and tearing. I was just coming off an injury, and I'm thinking like for long
COVID, yeah,
run,
I remember COVID was bad for you. Yeah.
like long run, like I'm good at the sport. I love it, but I really accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish at that time for the sport of basketball. It got me a degree. I'm just thinking of the accomplishments. Like I never thought I'd be an All-American, stuff in that nature. Like you vision that type of stuff, as a kid. And I'm just like, I was getting to that point. I'm just checking off the check box at this point, and I just thank God for that. I'm just checking out the list, and I was just like, I really want a real, I want to come home to some real, a real foundation,
Yeah.
some real revenue, stuff in that nature. And I feel that software engineering was logically the best route for me to go.
Yeah,
So
I
I
feel you.
100% went with that.
It's like even like for me, bro, because like you kind of have to find yourself outside of basketball at some point, and I didn't
Yes.
get to play as much. So I figured out, bro, like I would always look at Coach G. I was looking at my table coach when I redshirted. Like I was looking at my like, and I knew kind of I really wanted to get into coaching or whatever.
Yeah.
And just me, like that, I tell people, bro, like me not playing as much like last year or whatever, bro, like really propelled me to like what I'm doing like now. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because like
Yeah,
I
I know,
got
that's what I'm saying. It's
so
facts.
much. We had a lot of team issues at time. I did a lot of speaking up on behalf of everybody. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just, it's so many things that like we have to look for when, like you said, when you put that ball down, and we have to
Yeah.
realize like there's life outside of this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And because I was emailing schools, talking to people, and they was like, yeah, man, we love that, yada, 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 bro. But then like I had that talk, and I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to play no more. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was in the back of
Yeah.
my mind,
Yeah.
and then I told my mom, I was like, yeah, man, like I'm done, man. I was like, I'm starting to have that doubt. You know what I mean? Not want to go to practice, not want to play,
Mhm.
like this. I was like, man, I'm done. So, okay, I want to ask you, so like, do you miss like playing?
No.
I
I
don't.
get asked this all the time. No. No.
I don't either, man.
Not at all.
I don't either, because like I'd be like, man, them 6 a.m. workouts, them
Yeah, no.
everything,
Don't
bro.
miss it at all.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I love it though. I
Yeah.
still play all the time, because
Yeah, I
like,
love it.
because it's just crazy, bro. Because like, like I said, I didn't really get to play a lot. Guarding you, guarding TD, guarding TK, all these people. And then when I go home, bro, like I'm like that dude. you
Yeah,
know,
I know it. I
I
know.
was like, bro, it is crazy, like how like, cause like like playing is so structured. You don't know if you necessarily not like getting better, but like you just don't know. Like you're getting better, but
Yeah.
like it's hard to like tell when it's 20 other great players on the team.
Yeah, I know what you're
Like
saying.
I go
Very a
home,
variety
bro,
of talent.
it's crazy. I was like, man, like I tell people all the time, I was like, bro, I guarded T. Jones every day, guarded Tony Kamanovich every day. I was like, these guys are like can play, and that's when you talk about the validation, bro. I say that all the time. I was like, I've guarded T. Jones. I went toe to toe with him, guarded all conference players, got to
Like
go to
yeah,
college. You know what I mean? All stated. I mean, I did some great stuff, bro. And I was like, at some point, the ball got to
yeah, you
drop.
gotta stop.
Different,
Yeah,
you
it has
know.
to stop.
It's funny. That's why I wanted to ask, like, did you miss it, bro? Because like I always ask people, man, do you miss it? They be like, nah, bro. They're
Yeah,
like,
no,
nah.
I don't at all.
Everybody says no. Nobody be like, yeah, bro, it's so cool, but nobody says that.
Yeah, no, I don't miss it at all. Like I actually, I love what's going on. It gave me, I sleep better. I don't, I do a lot better, like a lot mentally better. Like it's just a lot. I learned that basketball, man, it's a toll. It takes a toll
It
on you,
takes
man.
its toll. You don't
You
even
gotta
like
wear.
realize it. Like until you like done, until you just like vision it, you like, man, bro, I did a lot. Because now I don't know if I could wake up at 6 in the morning and live and go like play 3 games of
Yeah,
basketball.
like
I don't know if I could do that. Like right now.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like
like
yeah,
I
no.
couldn't. Nah, man. So yeah, how's life? You just said it's great. So what's the next step for Terrance Jones right now?
Next step for Terrance Jones, I'm glad that's a great question to ask, Kev. Like next step for Terrance Jones, I'm currently working on my channel, man. Tech Don, TECHHDON. I'm currently working on that channel. What it's talking about is software development, and it will have more like entrepreneurship on there, self growth, and how to break that barrier, and becoming better and just getting better and better, finding your passion and way. I'm currently trying to work on I'm actually trying to build this application to where I can get multiple variety of different fields joined on
Mm,
one page, like an org, like kind of
mm,
get multiple. You can just learn from different fields, whatever
yeah.
you fit in. You just get in where you fit in, man. And
Mm.
currently working on a podcast as well. Not only is that, I'm working on a talk show with it. So I got
Okay,
a
look at you.
podcast coming up with the
Yeah.
talk show. The talk show is gonna be pretty good. So I'm trying to get it down to. I want to call it from zero to hero, but it's that name's quite taken right now, and I'm not trying to pay
Yeah.
what they're offering to pay for it. So, but what that show is going to be about is kind of people coming on in different fields, from software engineers to teachers to former athletes to spokesmen. All just get on and talk about their journey and their path, man. Like
That's awesome, man.
how hard it got, like the breakthrough, the yeah, man. I got a lot planned, man. It's a lot going on.
That's
2023
awesome,
it'd be a
man.
lot.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. I
Like,
got a
like I
lot.
said, man, not too many people know that transition outside of hoops, man. You know what I mean? Not too many people
Yeah.
know. I'm happy you found it, man, for real. Um, all right, bonus questions. I got two of them for you. All right, so the first one, all-time starting five.
And what are we talking? NBA or
NBA, yes, NBA. All-time starting
NBA?
five, NBA.
Now LeBron starting, so
Yes.
I gotta have LeBron. No matter what's going on, I got to have LeBron. I have to have Steph. A fan of Steph. I got to have Steph. I have to have Kobe. I love Kobe. Shaq, and I may have to do a small lineup, man. I may have to put Jordan in and have LeBron play the four, man.
You play for the four. That would work.
Yeah, I would have LeBron play the four, Shaq at the five, Kobe at the three, Curry at the two, and no, I know I'm forgetting somebody, and I really is gonna eat me up when I.
You said
But
Steph. Yeah, you said so. Steph be the one.
Steph, LeBron, Shaq,
Shaq.
Kobe, Jordan. Yeah, that's five.
Jordan.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's my
So,
five.
um, if you had one person that you played like, who would it be?
One person.
Yeah, it matters your game. Like, I know you love Derrick Rose. You didn't really play like him. So,
Yeah, it's hard
like
playing
who's the
like
person that like you played like?
person I play. Well, I get a lot of comparisons when I was playing to James Harden for some reason because I do. I
Yeah,
guess I
I can see
step
it.
back a
Yeah.
lot,
Mm-hmm.
and draw a lot of fouls. But I really tried to, it's impossible. I tried to model my game after Bron with the passing and the
Yeah,
fact reading the floor. But I would say it had to be one of those two, kind of a mixture. One of those, I tried to form it after one of them.
that's a
Like
bad
very,
combination.
yeah, high intelligent player.
Harden, and James, LeBron.
Like
That's tough.
a very intelligent, like a very intelligent player. I tried to model it after seeing like a player that sees the whole floor and understands basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I
But
feel.
yeah, I love Derrick Rose. There's no way you can play like him. There's no.
Yeah, man, that's it's so crazy. Like even like him like getting injured and coming back and having like a decent like like post injury like how he's been playing, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
no. Yeah, there's no way. No way you can play
But
like him. Too
uh
athletic.
yeah. So man, finish out. Tell me your challenge one more time, and then we'll be good to go.
Yes, my YouTube channel is Tech Don at TECHHDON. Tune in, and some great valuable information on there. If you're getting into the software development field, it would definitely be a kind of an asset to kind of help you along the way because getting into this field is definitely will leave you like with a chicken with his head cut off. It's no direction at times. And yeah, my channel would definitely be giving great direction about it, man.